didn't wear your princess. Do you have your princess hat?
I do have my princess hat somewhere in this mess.
Oh,
so,
my gosh.
yeah.
Now I ask you.
Oh, now you ask me now that we're live. And yes,
we are live. We are live.
I have hit the button and I'm back. Did you miss me?
Yes, I did. It was like the Sherry show. What the heck? we need Sherry and Terry Ann. Oh, good. You did not flip us.
Oh, darn it. I didn't flip us. Oh, see, I'm still out of it. I did not change our places. Oh,
she always hates it when I'm over here and I get to be over here this time.
Oh, my gosh. I can't believe I did that. Oh, well, you know how it goes. Oh, my gosh. Well, today is Wednesday. It must be 9:30. To me, my voice doesn't sound like it's fully back yet, but hey, I am here and I'm so excited. I've missed being here the last 2 weeks. Sherry, you did so good. I'm afraid that I may be replaced, so I'm going to try to really get in there and show you today you need me.
Replaced? This is Sherry and Terry Ann Conversations with Sherry and Terry Ann, not Sherry. I can do my own show elsewhere. Hey, good morning. We have somebody that's joined us and it says Facebook user. Can you explain to people really quick, Terry Ann, with your exciting voice?
Yeah. All right. Now, it also depends on which page it's coming from, remember. Sometimes we are not able to see who you are. We use a platform here called StreamYard. Now, StreamYard wants to play nice with Facebook. Facebook wants to make sure it's okay with you so that your name can appear if you go to, in another tab, don't close this tab, don't leave us. In another tab, go to StreamYard.com/Facebook and click Accept. Welcome to Conversations with Sherry and Terry Ann. I am Terry Ann, and I am so excited to be back. As you can tell from the voice, it's not 100%, but hey, better than the last 2 weeks. I am Terry Ann Porter, life coach, TA. It is time to defeat those lies of negative self-talk by changing your perspective. Exploring possibilities, opening new pathways onto which you can choose to proceed in truth. And my co-host, the amazing Sherry Berger.
Good morning. Good morning. It's good to see everybody. And oh yeah, welcome back, Terry Ann. I'm so excited that I have Terry Ann to hang out with this morning. Always love to have my coffee with Terry Ann. Okay, I'm Sherry Berger, for those of you that don't know me, and I am the owner of Here to There Consulting. And we educate business owners with those tools to balance life, business, and finances so that you can have growth, leadership, and success. We always want to be taking it to the next level, but not only in our business, but also in our life. Welcome, welcome. It's great to see you. Good morning. I see that we have Debbie on and Michelle on, and I want to tell everybody good morning. And today we're going to talk about self-care, Terry Ann.
I've gotten a few little self-care lectures over the last 2 weeks. And you know, when you don't have much of a voice, you can't even respond back.
Yay, Barry Ann is better. We got that. We got to share that. You got to share it. How do we do this show? I don't know. I was trying to.
There we go. Yes, I am back. I am better.
This morning, Terry Ann. I know how to push some buttons.
Oh, all right.
All right, we're having training 101 on StreamYard in January. Don't worry. Sherry's going to get more powerful here. Anyway, yeah, self-care. I thought that was a great topic after Terry Ann had like 2 weeks of important self-care. I do think maybe we waited a little long to go to the doctor.
Well, yeah, I probably should have gone sooner than I did, but you know.
How often does that ever happen with us women, that we just think we can just shake it off? Come on, we're women. Hear us roar, right? We have so many things that we're trying to do. And Terry Ann kept trying to apologize to me for being sick. Terry Ann, should we apologize for being sick?
You know, I think as women, we tend to do that because I don't know about you, but if I cannot give 100%, I'm afraid I feel like a failure. And part of that self-care is understanding that, you know, first of all, you're never 100% of the time. Mm-hmm. You cannot do it all. Exactly. No matter what. But yes, I fought it for a long time.
Well, and I think I'm not calling you out. I'm saying all of us women
yeah,
tend to
we
do
all
that.
do
So
that.
I thought self-care is such a great thing for us to discuss today because sometimes, right? Terry Ann, believe me, wanted to be here because we had fun topics. And I tried to give some of your stories, and I know I went.
Yeah, well,
they
were okay.
Yeah, they were okay, but they weren't Terry Ann's, right? Because they were Sherry's version of what Terry Ann tried to tell Sherry. It didn't really work very well in general, right? So they were okay, and they would have been a lot more exciting. And Terry Ann maybe can post them and share them later. But the thing is, what was your top priority for December, Terry Ann?
When December started?
No. Did you want to do conversations with Sherry, Terry Ann,
Oh.
or did you really want to be with your family on Christmas? Right now we have to weigh our pros and cons. Sometimes
yes, we do.
Self-care. And I was like, Terry Ann, Christmas is in how many more days? You might want your voice to yell at your family. Oh, don't yell at your family, Terry Ann. But you might want, right, to be there for your family. So we really, really missed you. But sometimes we have to weigh our pros and cons when we're doing self-care. Now let's just talk about analogy here. I don't know if you noticed, there's been a couple times I haven't came to conversation Sherry and Terry Ann. Because again, I was doing some kind of self-care thing. Now mine was usually going to my grandson's baptism. Knock on wood, I haven't gotten sick, but I don't even want to talk about that. But, and then one time I went, on a date with my husband, things like, I went on a retreat, I think, with my husband. And so those are things that we have to weigh, and what is it? Pro and con them, right? Decide what's important. And so we thought this was a good time when Terry Ann and I can tell you that there's times that we struggle with that. And you know what I love about Terry Ann? If she says she's going to do it, she does it. You know what Terry Ann's weakness at times can be? When she says she's going to do it, she does it, right? And so Terry Ann was good, though, because you had backup. I had backup when I needed to go to my grandson's baptism. And so having that backup or having a backup plan is always a good idea with self-care. What did Pam say?
Pam says that she's the She-Ra master of her own universe, but yes, she is learning. Self-care must become a priority.
So not to make a big deal, but I almost died 3 years ago. My colon shut down, blah, blah, blah. They told me I was lucky to be alive. They didn't have to remove my colon, blah, blah, blah. 3 days later, I went to my son's wedding, even though the doctor didn't want me to leave the hospital, blah, blah, blah. And then they told me it'd take me a year to recover, Terry Ann. But my name is Sherry Berger. So there's a few times I didn't listen, and I tried to eat whatever I wanted, and they weren't joking. Sherry Burger Power did not get through, and it
didn't work, huh?
It probably even took me longer than that. I'm probably a little bit still recovering, but the point is, you didn't believe them because you've heard doctors tell you that before, right, Terry Ann? You just need to, but you're like, yeah, but I'm Terry.
Yeah, but I'm me. I can do that. And as Michelle says, we're resilient. We all step up and say, hey, yeah, okay. You say that. Let me show you what I can do.
So there were some jokes going around in December. I will let you know that ACA had a coffee on Friday before Christmas. Christmas was on Saturday. And you should see the picture of the coffee on Friday. Who do you think was there, Terry Ann?
I bet Sherry was there. Sherry wasn't there?
There were all men in the picture because the next day was Christmas. So
Christmas Eve, the women were busy.
You guys are like having breakfast and coffee and hanging out. And you know what all of us women are doing, right?
Oh, yes.
But why? Why can we not stop and breathe and go have the cup of coffee on Friday morning? And maybe Christmas isn't going to be perfect. I just want to know why. Right?
Why do we do that?
Sometimes we need that self-care, right? I mean, maybe we didn't want to go to coffee with all those guys. I don't know. But the point is, I thought it was funny because it's on Facebook and they all are meeting, and it wasn't a official coffee, but it was unofficial networking coffee, and there was all men in the picture. Yeah, there are many women that do that. I do it all because my husband can't do it. My father My father, you cannot load his dishwasher. I'm just going to let you know. Because he has a Pacific, I always say that word wrong. You have to put your forks this way. So I was over at my mom and dad's on Christmas Day, and I'm trying to load dishes. And dad go, no, you won't do it right. And I'm like, I don't think I can load a plate wrong, Dad. But I said, Dad, you can sit right there in the chair and tell me exactly, and I will do it that way, Dad. I can't believe the grown butt me. I would have never said this when I was a child. I was trying because he can't get around real well, and I was trying to help my dad. But my dad has and women can be that way, so structured. You know what my friends at my house have been taught?
What's that?
You come over to my house, you eat here, you rinse your dish. And some people say, I don't have to with my dishwasher. I go, I don't care. Mine's older. You got to rinse your dish. They rinse their dish and I put it in the dishwasher. I have no idea how my 3-year-old used to put her dish in the dishwasher. Don't worry, my dishwasher figures it out. Or there's a thing called maybe redo it again. But I mean, for the most part, it saves me time. Sure. Right. And I have really good friends that have been here a lot. And I always am like, make yourself at home. But if they all load their dish, yes, I still have to wipe down the counters. I still got to clear everything. And some of those friends don't throw away they should, but they don't, right? Their cups, I'm not going to call you out, but I'm just saying, so you get stuck with some of the stuff. And some friends don't listen to that simple rule. But if you have that simple rule, how much more does it save you time? Mm-hmm. And it doesn't have to be perfect. So yeah, I just think it's pretty. Recycling versus trash, LOL.
There's another battle that goes on too. This goes over there. This goes over there.
Oh, I had friends over for my husband's 50th, and I kept pulling crap out of the recycling. And so I tried to make a public announcement. Everybody just laughed at me. That's what happens when you have your real good friends over. But I was like, guys, can you not read? But yeah, recycling versus trash is a huge. But I mean, you can let it go, right? I don't know. It's going to be crap. They're not going to put it in recycling, but
so yeah, sometimes we have to, and sometimes we do have to just let it go and say, you know what, this one time, it's okay.
But I know a lot of women that exactly do that. They'll be like, people. Oh, Pam was here. She could not believe how much my husband helps around the house. Okay, I have a good husband. I will say that, but he doesn't do everything the way I want him to do it. But you know what I don't do? I don't go, Kevin, we don't do it that way. I go, Kevin, thanks that you loaded the dishwasher or flip the clothes.
Sure.
And that's what you got to let go of sometimes. This is not going to be done Sherry's way. Even folding towels, right? And I know people get those toilet paper. If it's on wrong, I guess they get those arguments.
Oh, there's only one. Now, wait. Over the top. That's the only way to do that.
I don't know. You know what? If you just put the roll of toilet paper back on when you're done, I'm happy. But my mom,
I can always flip it if you do that much, right?
My mom used to always say, if you have 2 kids, you want it all, right? And once you have the 3rd one, then and I just go, I have 4 kids and a husband and 50 million friends. I just don't have none. Over the top's right, Michelle says. I don't know.
That's right. That's the way it goes.
You know what the right way to do it is? To put the toilet paper back on the roll. That's what I want. But it's all about, right? And if you don't like it, fix it. But then sometimes are you driving yourself nuts with all those little details?
Yes. And then what kind of self-care is that? How are you caring for yourself and those around you if you are so focused on the minute details?
If the toilet paper's right, then you're not stressed out. Come on.
That's right. Get the toilet paper right. Everything else is okay.
But what are some of those things that you know that maybe you could delegate or you could do different? I'm being told to preach, Sherry, preach. Sometimes you just got to let things go and they're not going to be the way you got. Oh my goodness. One time, you won't believe what happened to me. Of course, I'm going to a Boy Scout bonfire in the rain. I know, Terry, and they're Boy Scouts, right? And so the kids were little, and I was way overweight, and I dropped my directions down, and I went to go pick them up on a stoplight. At a stoplight, I leaned over to pick them because back then we had MapQuest or something, right? We didn't have GPSs. So I went to go pick up my directions. Somebody rear-ended me. And I had sprained my spine. And for 14 months, I was in physical therapy. Oh my gosh. I had like 9-year-olds cleaning my bathroom, Terry Ann. Oh my God. And you couldn't go back and clean. I was just like, and my husband that works all the time, and my kids were doing the chores around the house. And you so wanted, but like to clean the bathroom, you could not lean over to clean the floor or around the toilet. And oh my goodness, you had to learn to let go and let God in that stage of your life. So anyway, that was funny.
Sometimes though, that is what it takes for us to realize that those little things are not as important. Is we get put in that position where we can't do anything. And when you're in that position, all of a sudden, those little things, at first, those little things for myself, I find very annoying. I can ignore that little piece of dirt right over there for weeks until I am sitting down and I'm sick. And now I can't go take care of it. Now, all of a sudden, that thing that wasn't a problem a few days ago is a serious issue to me, because now it's not just that, oh, I'll take care of it later. Now it's, I can't go take care of it now. Then it hits me and I go, and then that adds to the battle within myself. Now I don't feel good. And now I can't go do those things I'm supposed to go do. And then I add that stress onto myself. And then I have this little battle inside me. It didn't bother you a week ago. So what is the difference now? The difference now, I can't.
And you have to keep looking at it, I think. I like what Michelle said. I've been trying to delegate to my dogs and they don't seem to understand. It's just us. I know. I was just complaining about except for it's not just us. It's just my dogs don't even take care of themselves. What the heck? But that even then, right, if you live by yourself and you only have dogs, how many times do you go do? And it's okay to do for others, but sometimes do you need to maybe encourage them or say the word? What is that word that nobody likes, Terry Ann?
That no
it's
word?
It's 2 letters.
That no word?
Yeah. Nobody likes to say no, but
no?
It's okay to tell. Like, I mean, I know that Michelle loves to help people and it's good to go help, but then sometimes you need boundaries in doing that. I've been single so long. I have always had to take care of things myself. Self-care can be hard. Yes, I know Sherry's always telling me boundaries, because self-care is part of it is, what do I need at this moment?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing for others, but what do I need at this moment? And it's not being selfish. It's being self-care. There's a big difference. Write that down. Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, I feel like I'm teaching at this point, right? Write that down. There's a huge difference. And we need to make sure that we do that.
So how do you then, have you ever had somebody maybe try to lay a little guilt trip on you? Oh, you're not that sick. You can go ahead and take care of it. How do you stand up for yourself and say, no, I am not doing this today. I am taking care of me. You're going to have to find someone else to do that if you don't want to do it.
But you don't need to say that. You could say, you can say it in a nice way, right? And you don't need to say I'm taking care of me. They don't even need to know. I'd love to do that at a different time. I don't have time it's not, I don't have time right now. That might not be such a nice one, but I have other obligations. They don't need to know, have another appointment. Why do we not keep appointments with ourselves? Like if we have an appointment to go to the gym, we won't keep it. But if we go to the gym to meet a friend, we will keep it. Why do we do that too? If we have an appointment, I'm writing a book right now. And oh my gosh, that's hard. But I will be honest. I was really proud of myself. A friend of mine tried to get me. I was supposed to meet up with them at 11. They showed up at 10:30. I was working on my book and I already had that time block for my book. And so I said, I will be happy to come to you at 11. But right now I told you I'm working on my book. That's what I'm doing. I got up at 6 a.m. and by 11, I was going to be done. So you can't let others guilt trip you. My dad used to guilt trip me before COVID. Boy, have things changed now. Don't come in even if you sneezed once. Oh yeah, they don't.
That's definitely changed things, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, they're letting you actually have somewhat sick care now or sick days without asking you questions. I heard Quick Trip can't even ask you questions when you call in, which is interesting because I got a couple kids that work there. So anyway, well, what are some of your My friend Norma Hill would always tell me, what did God teach you in this, right? And what are some of those lessons that you learned? I mean, like my first C-section, I moved 3 weeks after my C-section, and Gerald, my second dad, who's passed on, kept telling me to sit, and I got movers. But it's really hard not to organize, right? And I didn't listen, and it took me a long time to heal from that C-section. So don't worry, my second daughter was born C-section, and I decided to listen. But it took a long time. And so a lot of times, are you being, what is it? You're not being selfish. You're actually trying to be, what is it called? A hero, and be like, like nobody can live without you type attitude. I don't even know how to explain it. Instead of putting your own air mask on, doing self-care so that you can be a better version of yourself and you can do a better job of taking care of others. Yeah, see, that's what I was just saying. You cannot take care of others effectively if you don't take care of yourself first. And so somebody says moms, wives, or caregivers, or just those nurture people, personalities. I mean, they thrive on taking care of others. They're a nurture by, and that's great. But if you're not filling yourself up, how can you do a better job? Sure, I promise I was super sick. I will call you to drop things at my door. I'm going to point where I reached out to my friend where I need to talk if I feel down. Never used to always help others. 100% Pam's yes.
Yeah, so that's learning. And that's a big thing. It's a learning process. And the first few times that you try to do something to care for yourself, it's easy to hear the guilt trips.
Mm-hmm.
But you've got to, just like in learning anything else, you've got to say, no, I'm choosing to do this. This is the right thing, even if somebody else doesn't think it is. Mm-hmm. And then over time, you end up learning. And it gets easier and easier and easier. It is easy to worry about everybody else.
And not yourself, because, yeah, it's harder to, I've heard people before try to say so-and-so is overweight or doesn't eat right or whatever. And I find that they are stopping at Quick Trip, get a cappuccino because they're burning, the bridge from morning to night. And they do so much, and they are not lazy. They're the opposite of lazy, but they're just not putting on their own air mask so that they could be more effective and efficient. Health is so important. So everybody, I want you, as we're going into the new year, I want you to think about those things that you could do. And self-care should probably be one of your big goals. And next month, what are we going to talk about? Goals. Yeah. We're going to start talking about
goals. Sounds like a good idea for next month.
And we're going to actually, I will be honest, start talking today about goals because, New Year's is in like 2 days. Can you believe it? I don't know where this year went. I want to wish everybody happy New Year. I'm going to have sign off a little bit early or in a minute for sure. We need sign off on time because what's going on, Terry Ann?
I heard this rumor that my friend Sherry is going to be on Fox 4's Great Day KC today at 11. If you have a DVR, go ahead and set it so that you don't miss it. Sherry is going to talk about the 3 things to get your new year off to a great start. So that will be very interesting. So we're going to go ahead and cut out early.
They're going to do a 5-minute segment on me. So it'll be great. And there'll be a little bit of an interview. And I got to drive down to Fox 4 News. So that's where I'm going to be heading just now. And yeah, and I want to wish everybody a happy New Year. And yeah, I would love it if you would watch me. Oh, thank you so much, Debbie. And I'm glad that people are planning on watching it. And this is sometimes called, what do you want to call? I'm jumping. I'm going out of my comfort zone. I will be on the news for the first time ever.
How exciting.
We'll see how this goes. I know God got it all, and I'm excited. And I will look forward to seeing everybody next Wednesday at 9:30 for Conversations with Sherry and Terry Ann. And we will start talking about goal setting. So that will be exciting to go into. Can you believe it's going to be 2022?
Oh my gosh. I never imagined. That is a year I never imagined.
Well, in 2020, I remember when 2020 was coming on, I found out my daughter was graduating that year. I thought it was crazy. And now we've been on a whirlwind since 2020. So I can't wait to see what 2022 has in store for everybody. Because it's all about, what is it? Opportunity mindset.
Oh. Happy New Year, everyone, then.
Yes. It's all about having that opportunity mindset. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.